everyone, guys, Smashing Pumpkin here coming at you guys with the video today. Today is going to be Spirits versus Fire Kings, and start off game one. Open up pretty well, Aratama getting me a Nigatama and then dwelling into more back row. I opt not to set the Compulse there because I didn't feel like I needed it. He searches Brong off Tenki and then goes into Yaksha. I take the 19 in the face, and this is probably the misplay I made in the game. I should have bottomless the Yaksha, but I ended up not. So I just set some more back row, and make another mistake because I didn't realize that Generation Shift was a card. And yeah, it works apparently really well in Fire Kings, so at that point I thought like he was dropping a circle of the Fire Kings, and I thought I was going to be screwed. But it ends up not happening. So he gets his Brong effect on my standby phase, and I need to make something happen here. So I summon my Nigatama, and then he torrentials on the summon of my Aratama. But I still need the searching, so I decide to compulse the Aratama back to my hand. But it kind of ends up screwing me because I lose out more back row, but I don't think it really mattered. So he MSTs my Wing Blast, which is fine, and then he ends up going Yaksha Rekindling, and that kind of decays me, so I lose that game pretty quickly. Side decking here, not really sure what I need to side out. I need to think a little bit more about how I want to side against Fire Kings. But I decided that one Mind Crush was going to be enough. So I start off game 2 pretty lousy, but then I duality into Aratama, which ends up being really nice. And then Aratama searches me another Nigatama. I end up sending everything I can and just keep on going. He sets 4 back row, which is really intimidating. So I summon the Aratama, he skill drains MST, obviously. I can't have skill drain up or else I lose. So I attack 800, set the bottomless, and then end. He sets another back row. And then I try to make another play happen so I can get my Izanami Nigatama online, so I can keep on drawing into more back row. But I end up going into King of the Feral MC bottomlesses, which is kind of stupid, but I need to get my plays going back again, so I Izanami into a Aratama, and then go in for 1100, draw an extra card because the Nigatama is awesome. And he goes Tenki, I'm Mind Crush, because I think that's the only thing he has going for him. He has the Earthbound Immortal that will nuke my field and a Rekindling in hand, so that's good information. So he doesn't have anything immediate he can do to me. I end up having to pitch for cost up of the Fiendish and draw Deep Prison, but I don't want to set it because the Earthbound Immortal nuke seems relevant. He goes and rekindles and attacks. If I have the Scrap Iron, but he Generation Shifts, and discards Garunix actually instead of his Earthbound Immortal guy. So I have to deal with that, but I have double creature swap in hand, so nothing is really going to get through to me. So, and then this is why Maharagari comes in handy, because I can just manipulate my draws at will, which is awesome. I knew that the set Yaksha was obviously happening, so I ended up not falling for that. And he has to rekindle to go back into his whatever, but Scrap Iron Scarecrow is going to stop it. At this point I pretty much have it, the game. Not a whole bunch is going to really stop me. I could have just attacked there, but I was afraid of the Mirror Force, so I just go into Emerald, but he just books, which is fine. So that happens, and he just sets, I flip up, draw another card. I don't even have to put anything else on board, I just attack over with Emerald and then go for game. I didn't feel like Soul Drain was going to be that helpful, so I think I ended up setting that back out and for another Mind Crush, because that ended up being really helpful, more than I thought. So that's how my second round side decking goes. The Generation Shift here looks really obvious, so hopefully I can just set the Trap Stun, and I just set up my plays for next turn, but he Death Tornadoes it, so there's that. He goes in for 18, which is fine, and he sets another back row, which is also fine. So I decide to make another play happen, but I didn't really account for the Torrential, and it kind of screws me over again. But yeah, that kind of really sucks that I drew Torrential so often, but it's not something that can really help. So I have to Mind Crush it out of his hand. He has a Wolf Bark. I don't really think that was a misplay because it ends up that he doesn't have the momentum he could have had, potentially. But so that happened. So I just decided to get some more drawing and hopefully try to bait out another back row while I just add things to my hand, but it doesn't seem like he has anything. So I just drop the BLS and try to banish and go in for 1100. I'm still afraid of Mirror Force and stuff like that because he hasn't revealed that he doesn't play it. So he goes Wolf Bark next turn, tries to Gem Knight and I book it. So that happens, but then he has a second Rekindling, which sucks, and then just drops another Diamond Dire on me, and then pops. But I have another Exceed play coming up, and I just decided to get back Aratama off of my Izanami, so I can set up another play in the future. And then I bust back BLS because there wasn't really anything in either player's grave that I wanted to put back in the deck. So I make Silent Honors because it won't get destroyed by a card effect like a Mirror Force, and then I just go in for more damage on the next turn because he doesn't drop anything. Because I know he has the Dead Phoenix in his hand, so he probably just bricked again. I draw the Wing Blast, so it gives me a little bit of things to do, but he drops Barong, and I need to just clear it out of the way, so I Wing Blasted by Generation Shifts. So that adds another Barong to his hand, and then he gets the Search, which doesn't really bother me, because I'm just going to push for game right now, because if he has something to stop me, well, that's GG, but he doesn't, so I end up winning. So thank you guys for watching. This is Smash Pumpkin signing out. Peace!